In Denmark, Mini has unveiled the revised version of the Countryman, 4 years after its launch. The new version is not only impressive in city traffic, but also off the beaten track. The design has been revised in numerous places inside and out, and fuel consumption and exhaust emissions have been improved. The new Countryman now looks a bit more grown up, and it has indeed grown bigger without losing its all-round versatility. That's something that appeals to women drivers in particular. Our tester, Reinhold Deisenhofer, says the new Countryman shows that Mini can now also be Maxi. It's more than 4 meters long. That's a size the inventor of the original Mini, Sir Alec Isigonis, would never have dreamed of. The original Mini was just 3 meters long. The new Countryman has a steeper grille, and Mini says it's sportier and more efficient. So let's find out what that means. There are 7 different engines to choose from. If we include the 4-wheel drive versions, there are a whopping 11 variants. Output extends from 72 kilowatts in the Mini 1 Countryman up to 160 kilowatts in the sporty top version Mini John Cooper Works Countryman. We're testing the Cooper S version with all-wheel drive and 140 kilowatts. Reinhold says it's no surprise the new Countryman doesn't handle exactly like the original Mini, which weighed 600 kilograms. This is twice as heavy, but it's roomy, space for 5, and it's available with all-wheel drive. The All-4, which combines all-wheel drive with the 140 kilowatt Cooper S engine, can really move. The 1.6-litre inline 4-cylinder gasoline engine with twin-scroll turbo delivers 240 newton-meters of torque. Our test model reached 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds. It tops out at 215 kilometers per hour. Our tester says the Mini Countryman offers style and more space. There's nothing else in this class that has a combination of 4 doors, 5 seats and all-wheel drive. And there's also a new colour, Jungle Green. The upright front looks a bit retro and emphasises the Countryman's robustness and versatility. There are plenty of individualization options, such as contrasting colours for the roof and exterior mirror caps. Visually emphasised underbody guards on the sides and front and rear aprons are now standard equipment in the all-wheel drive versions. The Countryman we tested has a ground clearance of 13.5 centimetres, but that's only 11 millimetres more than the normal Mini. Other off-roaders offer a much higher stance. The interior of the Mini Countryman has a familiar look. There have been no experiments here. Instead, there's been lots of attention to even small details. In this 5-seater, 4 is the magic number, as Mini CEO Peter Schwarzenbauer explains. He says the number 4 plays a very important role because the Countryman was introduced 4 years ago. It's about 4 meters long and it has 4 doors and 4-wheel drive. Mini sold around 100,000 Countryman vehicles annually so far, which the CEO describes as a massive success. With a base price of €20,400, the Mini Countryman is €200 cheaper than the 5-door standard Mini in Germany. Whether it's really such a great off-roader is debatable, but when it comes to all-round usefulness, the Countryman is at the top of its class. Our test driver, Martis Kurat, had been hoping the sun would be shining when he climbed behind the wheel of the Porsche 911 Cabriolet. But even with the roof up, he says, the car is a dream. Luckily, the rain periodically lets up, giving our tester the chance to put his foot down and see what the 911 can do. Traditionally, the Carrera has a rear engine and rear-wheel drive. The combination ensures good road adhesion and braking. The engine doesn't disappoint and reaches its Porsche potential of 7,500 revs. Because the car is fitted with PASM, Porsche Active Suspension Management, Mathis Curat says he can adjust the suspension between normal and sport modes, but he questions the need for the extra power in the sport mode. With 257 kilowatts, top speeds of 284 kilometers an hour and the capacity to go from 0 to 100 in 4.6 in Sport Plus mode, the 911 is the stuff of many young dreams. But Porsche dual-clutch transmission, PASM and the Sport Packet pushed the price beyond the 110,000 euros mark. So, for the majority of people, the dream remains just that. Mathis says the new roof construction makes it hard to tell he's driving a car with a soft top. He notes how quiet the rain sounds compared to a conventional metal roof. The design of the 911 is legendary, and aficionados have only tolerated minor changes over the years. So, although it has become more modern, it has remained true to its original form. The roof goes down in just 13 seconds, and the result is slick. The rear end of a Cabriolet is always characterized by the storage room needed for the roof, but on this Porsche, it looks good. And the flat engine purrs like a dream. Engines are always a matter of taste. For some, a normal 911 is enough. For others, it has to be an S, and others again a GT3 or a GTS. Because ultimately more oomph means more fun on the road. But Mathis isn't convinced about the need for trimmings in a Porsche engine. He says the standard issue is so good and so powerful, with excellent acceleration and top speeds, that it already outdoes most other cars. Inside the Carrera, luxury meets racing history. At the base of the gear stick are the chassis and roof controls. The seats offer good support but aren't too restrictive. All told, Mathis Curat is positive about the 911 convertible, even when the roof is up. That said, he prefers it with the roof down. Even at 69 kilometers an hour, it folds back in less than 20 seconds. But our test driver says the wind in his hair can become irritating, so he's off to get a Cabrio trim. Whether you drive at a fast or leisurely pace, the Porsche 911 Cabriolet is always fun. And when the roof is down, it feels as if you can touch the sky. Volkswagen wants to show off its green cred with the new Golf GTE. The plug-in hybrid can go up to 50 kilometers on a single charge. Volkswagen says it also uses just 1.5 litres of fuel per 100 kilometers. The car should help Volkswagen reach its goal of reducing the environmental burden produced by its vehicles by 25% by 2018. The GTE is set to go on sale later this year. With its new M4 convertible, BMW is adding another high-performance sports car to its range. The open-top model with the three-piece folding metal roof has plenty of power under the hood. Its straight-six engine produces 317 kilowatts of power. rocketing the convertible from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.4 seconds. The M4 is also available with an optional 7-speed M dual-clutch transmission. Summer, sun and adventure. For decades, the iconic VW camper van has been a symbol of good times with family and friends. Volkswagen has manufactured 50,000 of its T5 California model. The 5th generation van has been available for the past 10 years. We're using the occasion to take a closer look at this popular ride. Test driver Sascha Knapp has agreed to take the California camper van for a spin and to explore these hidden extras that have made the model such a hit. Every good adventure starts with a journey to exciting places. In true Volkswagen style, the dashboard is clearly laid out for ease of use. The seats are colourful, which adds to the spirit of fun. The California accommodates 5 people, and it's not only the back seat that is so generously proportioned. Tester Sascha is chilling out VW camper van style. Up top he finds ample sleeping place for 2 adults and a child, but there are also more beds down below. It's just a matter of setting them up. He starts by folding the back of the bench forwards. Then removes the headrests and pulls the whole thing forward. Then puts the back bench upright again and folds it down into a bed. And a mattress is spread out on top. A couple more steps in the trunk and the bed is ready with plenty of space for luggage underneath. For those who like to sleep in for a bit longer in the mornings, there's no need to worry about being woken by the first light of dawn. As our tester discovers, it is possible to zip up the windows on the top deck, while down below there are blinds and curtains for all windows. And the really great thing about them is that they are magnetic, which means they go in no time at all.
Die Seitenvorhänge werden mit einem Magneten festgemacht, sodass man gar nicht lange einfädeln muss, sondern direkt ein gutes Ergebnis bekommt.
So within minutes, the California beach camper van is blacked out for a good night's sleep. There are 4 diesel and 2 gasoline models of the California Beach available. You can also get them with all-wheel drive and dual-clutch transmission, depending on the engine. Prices in Germany start at €38,600 for the 2-litre TDI with 62 kilowatts. Sascha is impressed by the amount of space in the California. If the bed up top isn't needed during the day, it can be pushed upwards to create standing room. That said, standing room is only really necessary when getting in or out of the van. Our tester is taken with a little folding table tucked inside the door and designed to use both in and outside. For the inside version, he has to unfold 2 legs and 2 little clips on the other side. Then he attaches the table to the left side of the van to create the perfect place for breakfast, lunch and dinner, or, he says, for playing cards. And when the playing or eating is done, the table can be pushed forward, so there's no need to climb over it to get out. Our tester is impressed with VW's attention to detail, and he cites the table as just one example. When being used outside, there's no need to remove the back seats to use it, because the VW has gone the extra distance and hidden 2 folding chairs in a hatch door. All in all, Sascha Knapp says the California is a great van for a short camping trip, but in his view, a touch too small for a longer excursion. And if it's just being used for these shorter trips, it works out to be a pricey ride, which is why he would try to borrow one. But those who do decide to invest in the California often stick with it because for comfort seekers, this model comes with many, many little built-in adventures. It was the last of its kind to bear a name that stood for German automotive tradition. 50 years ago, an era came to an end with the DKW F12 Roadster. Launched in 1964, it was the last Auto Union model. Its maker in Ingolstadt later evolved into luxury car maker Audi. It's a classic cabriolet that's enjoyable for its charming idiosyncrasies. Its top is easily retracted, and with the passenger compartment open to the elements, the F12 offers a very special kind of driving pleasure. But perhaps the most distinctive feature of the little Roadster is the typical high-pitched putt-putt-putt of its smoky two-stroke engine. Auto Union proudly unveiled the F12 in 1964. The company hoped it would revive its fortunes. Sales had collapsed at the end of the 1950s. Buyers were mostly gravitating to the VW Beetle. The F11 and F12 series were Auto Union's answer to the VW. True sedans in the lower mid-range segment that offered front-wheel drive. But the modern design was let down by the obsolete two-stroke engine. However, despite the noise and the smoke, the three-cylinder power plant delivers an impressive 33 kilowatts, around 7 more than the old VW Beetle. The 4 rings represent the 4 car makers that merged to form Auto Union. One of them was DKW. After the war, DKW engineers built on the brand's successful history. Besides motorcycles and scooters, the company produced small and mid-sized cars, powered by two-stroke engines. DKW expert Ralf Frieser says the car suffered from Auto Union's marketing strategy for the brand. It was supposed to compete against the VW Beetle, the very symbol of Germany's post-war boom. DKW could only dream of the Beetle's sales figures. It couldn't come close. Even though the Roadster didn't sell in huge numbers, it was meant to boost the dowdy image of DKW's range. The F12, and especially the ragtop version, offered a sober but welcome interior, with clear instruments and enough space for 4 people. Things this TV commercial from 1964 was very keen to emphasize. The ad said it's not just a car, it's a way of looking at life. It's optimism with 45 horsepower. The fully retractable roof creates a completely new driving experience. You're at one with nature and enjoy a panorama of 360 degrees. Your vacation will be more beautiful, even sunnier. A true picture of a car.
Noch sonniger. Ein wahres Bild von einem Auto.
When they built the convertible, the Auto Union engineers sought expert help from Stuttgart bodywork specialists Karosseriebauer. The F12 Roadster was relatively powerful by mid-1960 standards. Despite its tiny 0.9 litre displacement, the engine has enough pulling power, but only at high revs. And compared to today's high-tech engines, the two-stroke was simplicity itself. It was easy to maintain and repair, but it was DKW's fatal weakness. While the two-stroke was successful in motorsport, in everyday traffic it was increasingly seen as an unrefined stinker, which produced unbearable exhaust. A separate tank supplied the two-stroke engine with its vital lubricating oil. DKW stayed with the simple and lightweight two-stroke engine till the very end. even after all other manufacturers had abandoned it for four-stroke engines. In 1965, Auto Union was taken over by its rival Volkswagen. The new owners killed off the DKW brand, and with it, the production of two-stroke car engines in West Germany. But even today, two-strokes have their die-hard fans. Today, an F12 Roadster in top condition is a rarity. Collectors will pay €17,000 or more for a good specimen. But the four rings lived on. Volkswagen revived one of Auto Union's other old brands, and the success story of Audi began. Its first models were based on DKW designs, powered by a Mercedes four-stroke, four-cylinder engine.